In this video, I want to give you a good introduction into how you can go and start an email newsletter business inside of WordPress. So this is what we're going to cover in today's video. And I'm going to go through this quite fast because we're going to spend the rest of today's video going through it at a slower pace. I'm going to show you where to click and how to set all this up. So this is really just a quick overview to see if this video is right for you. And the best thing about this system that we're going to look at how to set up today is that it all runs inside of WordPress and it is so much cheaper than the alternatives. So for example, I was paying $80 a month for about 2,000 contacts from memory for ActiveCampaign. And with this system, you can pay like $200 to $300 for the entire year. And it actually gives you more flexibility, more powerful features, and that's a fixed price. So no matter how many contacts you add using the system that I'm going to show you today, your price is fixed at that cost. So whether you have 10,000 contacts, 15, 20, even 50,000 contacts, you're still going to pay the same amount for what I'm about to show you today. So the first thing that we're going to look at in today's video is how to go and set up a double opt-in confirmation sequence, which is where people have to go and click a link in their email to subscribe to your email list. The reason that you want to do that is that it reduces the number of spam emails that are joining your email newsletter. So here I am on my demo website, and if we go down, we have this opt-in here where people can opt in to get a 21 days email course. So they would put in, if this was your website, they would put in their name, they'd put in their email address, and they would subscribe to join your newsletter. They would be taken to this page here where it says, please check your inbox. Now, behind the scenes, in this case, we've sent this customer or this user to your website an email. Now, before we look at that, we're going to jump over to the CRM, and this is where we're going to house all the contacts in your email. So this is where you're building your email newsletter. And again, this is all done inside your WordPress website using this plugin here, FunnelKit Automations, which I'm going to show you how to set up in today's video. So now there's no contacts here because I've started from scratch, but if we reload the page now, and now you can see we have this one contact, which is the one that we used to complete that opt-in form. Now, if we click into this contact, you can see they're in unverified status. So this is what a double opt-in does. It keeps your contacts in the unverified status, but behind the scenes, we've also sent them an email. So if we go to our inbox, we can see there's that email. And if we click into it, it says, thank you for signing up. Please click the link below to confirm that you wish to be enrolled in the email course. So now if we click this link, it says you're on the wait list. We have successfully joined the email list. And then if we go back to this contact in the CRM in unverified status and we reload the page, this unverified should change to subscribed, which it has just done. And now we know that this is a real email address for a real person that opted in to subscribe to our newsletter. So that's the first thing that I'm going to show you how to set up today, the double opt-in to get people to join an email newsletter inside of your WordPress website where you can make sure they're real people. Now, throughout today's video, I'm also going to show you how to set up an email newsletter opt-in form that you can add into the pages on your website. So back here under FunnelKit Automations, if we go down to Forms, and then we go Add New Form, and I'll just create a test form here and click Add. By default, this plugin here, FunnelKit Automation, has built-in integrations with these WordPress plugins here. So Elementor forms, if you're using that as your page builder, you can actually go and create a form using a form element inside of Elementor and connect it here. Gravity forms, WP forms, Fluent forms, and we're also going to go through how to go and use this one here, which is a very powerful integration. I'd highly recommend understanding how that works because it is going to probably be, in most cases, a very valuable way to go and build a newsletter for any business. So we're going to cover all of these here. Now, if you are going out and building forms inside of your WordPress website with a plugin that's not listed here, I'm also going to show you how to set that up. So if you're using something like Bricks Builder to build your forms, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, if you're also using a software to build your forms, so for example, if you're using something like Opt-in Monster, or you're using something like ConvertBox, or you're using any other forms plugin pop-up software, and you're embedding those forms in your website with an email newsletter, you can actually go and do that as well. I'm going to show you how to connect your forms there to here and set up the double opt-in. And when people complete those pop-up forms, add them as a contact into here so that you can email them. Basically, this video today covers pretty much everything that you need to know to get a newsletter up, double opt-in, make sure everyone's a real person, and be able to send emails to people and start making some money for your business. Now, on that note, once we have people here inside of our contacts, we then obviously want to go out and be able to email them. And so you do that under broadcasts. So if we go under broadcasts here, so here in broadcast, we're going to go through how to go and set all of this up. Because once you've gone and added your contacts here, set up the double opt-in and made sure they're real people, then you obviously want to go and send them emails to start making some money and sell your products and so on. So to send a broadcast, you go add new broadcast. Again, this is all inside of WordPress with this one plugin. So we'll go, for example, that was an email course that we had where people were opting in to get the email course. So let's run with that. So we'll go email course is now live, and this would be the first notice, and we'll go add. And you could set up an A/B test here, but we're just going to go through from step 1 to step 2. So next. And then in step 2 here, this is where you define the segment that you want to send this broadcast email to. So back here, this opt-in that we're going to build today, the actual logic that we're setting up is for a 21 days email course, but it's not yet live. So people are pre-registering to show interest that they want to get an email from me when the course does go live, because it's not yet live. So they're joining a wait list. And when somebody fills out this form here, we actually tag them. So back here, if I click into the contact and we go down a little bit, you can see that when we completed that opt-in form previously in today's video, they got the tag registered for email course. So back here, when we're sending the broadcast, we could go add filter and we could go to segments, tags, and then we'll go email course. And there it is, registered for email course. And now if I go filter, it'll show me all the contacts in our CRM that have the tag registered for email course. And you can see currently there's only one in this demo website. So then we can go next. And now we're in step 3 where we design the content of our broadcast email that's going to be sent to that audience. So coming down here, we could say the email course is now live. And then we could go down and we have 3 different ways to build our emails. So we can just write rich text. We could do raw HTML where you could go and use an email designer in a software, and then you can get the HTML code from there and copy and paste it into here. Or you can use the third one here, which is the visual builder. So here, if I go visual builder and go start, now you can go through and design your email here inside of WordPress using a drag and drop builder. So we could go and say, okay, yeah, I want 2 columns there. So I could click into there, make that 2 columns. And then in here, we can add some content. Maybe this is going to be an image. And then here we can select an image, upload image. And we could just select any image from our media library. So maybe this is FunnelKit automations. Click into there. Again, I'm just doing this quite fast to show you how the builder works. Over here, we could add some content. So we might want to add a heading over here. And then under that, we might want to add some text. So we'll add some text. And then we could add a button. So something like that. And then we could go save and exit out of that. And now we've designed that using a drag and drop builder. Then down here, we could add some UTM parameters there so we can track the opens and the clicks. And if you're sending this to your WooCommerce website, you could track how much revenue this email brings to your business. And you can see all of this data inside a Google Analytics or whatever you're using to track website statistics. And then we could go next. And now we could just do a final check. So we're sending this email to this segment. So anyone that has registered for email course that tag. And we've designed our email. We could schedule it for later, but I'm just going to send this now. So I'll go send now. And now it says we're sending it to 1 contact. And now it says that has been sent. And there's 0 opens and there's no click-through rate, no unsubscribe because obviously no one's opened it. But let's head on over to our inbox. And you can see I've just received that broadcast email. So if I click into that, you can see this is what it looks like. Again, this is the email we designed using the visual builder. And if I go back here and reload the stats, you can see now we have one person open, and now the open rate's 100% because we only sent it to one person. If we go to analytics, we can see more data here. We could go into engagement and see on a per contact basis where they are or how they've interacted with that broadcast. So we can see they were sent it and they've opened it. Now, I didn't actually link this button, so we can't click here, but if we clicked, then that would go green as well. And again, all of this is done inside of WordPress. Your contacts, you're storing all your contact data inside of here, and you're not paying any more money as this grows. As I said before, if you have 1,000 contacts, 10,000 contacts, you're just paying the price of the plugin. Inside of this plugin, you can set up your audiences. So if we go into here, this is where you're segmenting people out. So I've added a segment here, anyone that subscribed in the last 30 days. So we could go and send a broadcast and then choose this as the audience we want to send to the broadcast. Here under fields, you can create your own custom fields. So we could go add new, and we could do, say, birthday, and the type of field would be date, and then go general. And I've already set that up, so that's just down here as well. In my case, I'm teaching people how to make WordPress websites. So I might have a newsletter opt-in form where I ask them what page builder they're using. So you can see I've gone ahead and set that up there. So you can create as many custom fields as you want. Under lists, you can have your different mailing lists there. Under tags, these are all the tags that you have for your contacts. So as you can see, this plugin does a whole lot of stuff, and I feel like not enough people know that you can actually do that these days inside of WordPress. You don't need to go and set up ActiveCampaign and set up this and that and set up Zapier and have Zapier sending your data to 3 different softwares. It's very simple when you have everything set up inside of WordPress, and this is why I'm making this video today. Now, before we jump in and look at the first thing that we're going to set up today, which is how to set up a double opt-in, I also want to show you some other features that you can do inside of this plugin that we're going to touch on in today's video. So we've looked at contacts, which is everything that we just went through in these tabs here. We've gone through broadcast just quickly, but we will go through that at a slower pace, and I'll show you in more detail what every setting does in today's video. But we also have automations. So if I go to automations, now, automations is what it sounds like. This is where you go and set up things where if you tag a contact with a specific tag, you can send them a series of emails automatically over 30 days. Maybe they get one email every 7 days. This is where you'd go and set that up. So let's go add a new automation. So there's some predefined ones here. So if you're using WooCommerce, you could get abandoned cart reminder. These are all set up here. If we go to WordPress, WooFunnels, LearnDash, and Affiliate WP. So they're all predefined sort of recipes. But if we go start from scratch, and I'll just call this test, and we go create. For an automation, you first need to select a trigger. So we go trigger. And these are all the different events that you can use to trigger an automated sequence of actions, like sending emails X number of days and so on. So I'll just go through these tabs to give you an idea of some of the things you could do. So when a tag is added, you could trigger some actions to occur. Funnel builder, WooCommerce. So when somebody abandons their cart, an order is created, the order status changes, a review is received, subscription, membership, WooCommerce, wishlist, WordPress, a user is created, a user role is updated, LMS, so LearnDash. So when somebody completes a course, completes a lesson, messaging, so you can send SMSs, a form. So we're going to go through these today. An affiliate, so Affiliate WP has out of the box triggers here, and a CRM, so ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, all of these here. And I'm going to show you how to go and set these up in today's video. But so for example, coming back, this opt-in form here, people are opting in to be notified when this course goes live. So if we go back here under automations, when people complete that opt-in form, I'm tagging them as being interested as the email course. Now let's just say that course does go live. This would not be a pre-registration anymore. People would be putting in their name and email address, and then they would get added to my automation. And because the course is live, I would send them the first lesson, and then I would send them another lesson every 3 days. So when this course is live, back in here, I would go tag is added, done, and then I would click into here, and then I would select the tag. So I'd go email course, so registered for email course, and I'll say multiple times, and I'll touch on what this does in today's video, and then I'll go save. And then here we could add an action and we could send an email and go done. And then in here, we could say first lesson. And the first lesson, for example, how to install WordPress. That could be a first lesson. And then we'd come up with the email here. Again, you have those three options, rich text, HTML, or you can do it with the drag and drop builder. And you could write a bit of lesson content here and link them to a page on your website where they can get access to the first lesson. Then we go save and close. And that would be lesson number 1. Maybe we want to send a lesson every 3 days, like I showed you. So here we would go add, and we would delay, for 3 days, and then go save. And then after 3 days, we could send the second lesson. So we could also come up to here and go copy, and then paste it down there, and then click into here, and this would be second lesson. And this could be something like using Bricks Builder, which is the page builder that I recommend people use for WordPress. And then I could go through the benefits of Bricks Builder and link them to a course lesson on my website where maybe I have a video lesson. So save and close. And now we have that done there. And then we'd add another delay and then add the third lesson and so on. So once that's all done, we could activate that. So now with that all set up, when this course is actually live, the way that it would work is somebody would complete this form here and they would be added here under contacts. And if we click into here, they would be in the unverified status. And then down here, we wouldn't add the tag at this point because they're unverified. But behind the scenes, we would send them the double opt-in confirmation email, which is this one here, and it would say, the course is now live. To get access, please click here to confirm you want to sign up to this course. And when they click this, the double opt-in occurs and they would be set to subscribe status. And at that point in time, we would then tag this contact as registered for email course. And when that tag is added, that would trigger this automation. So they'd enter this automation, receive this first email, and then after 3 days, they would receive the second lesson, and then after 3 days, and so on until they complete this automation. So as you can see, we're going to cover a lot in today's video. I wanted to make this a one done everything in the one video so you can just reference this one video if you ever get stuck. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments below. If at any point you feel like jumping in and giving this a go for yourself, definitely check out the links in the description below. It is my affiliate link. It will take you to the FunnelKit website. Later on in today's video, I'll tell you what plan I recommend most people get, and I would definitely recommend watching all of today's video before you commit to purchasing one of their plans, because I actually explain why the plan that I recommend people go for is going to make your life a lot easier, and I show you how, when you choose that plan, the extra benefits you get from that plan, I show you how to actually use them in your business to build better opt-in funnels and better sequences. So definitely hang around and watch the video before you go and commit to a plan. And again, this is a plugin that I'm using in my business, so I do know it quite well, and I think after testing a lot of the different things in there, I can confidently say and recommend that this is the newsletter plugin that you should consider using if you want to start a newsletter business and start building an email list for your business. Today's going to be a really good video. So with all of this done, let's jump into the first part of today's video, which is going to be how to set up this newsletter form and set up that double opt-in series. So let's jump into that. So what we're going to do is we're first going to go down here under FunnelKit automations and go to forms. And you can see I have 2 here, but we're going to go new form. I would strongly recommend always having a lead magnet so that somebody knows that they're going to get something in return for you getting their email address. So instead of a general subscribe, let's do something like register for a Black Friday pre-sale discount. So anyone that subscribes to the list right now will get a discount code before everyone else. Let's go Black Friday early bird pre-sale discount and go add. And now you can see we can select a form plugin that we're using. Now, you probably have heard of all of these ones here, but the one that you might not have heard of is the FunnelKit opt-in. And we're going to look at that a little bit later on in today's video. It's one of the most powerful options you can select at this stage. Now, these ones here, let's refer to these as native integrations. These are ones where we can click here and then choose the Fluent form there, and then go to the next step, and then we can map the fields from a form, this form here, to a contact field in the CRM. Now, if your forms plugin is not listed here, so for example, in my case, I use Bricks Builder to create all my forms now, and I use ConvertBox for my pop-ups. So they're obviously not listed here, but I can still send their form data into FunnelKit automations. And the way that you do that is using webhooks. So the forms and the pop-up software that you need to use webhooks to get the data into here, let's refer to them as non-native integrations, and let's refer to these as native integrations. So we're going to cover both of them in today's video, because I know a lot of people out there are using ConvertBox and things like Bricks Builder forms these days. So let's do the native integration first, and then we'll look at how to do a non-native integration. So for my example, I have Fluent Forms activated in this staging website. So I'm going to select Fluent Forms here. And you can see from this dropdown, I can select a form to map to. Now, I obviously don't have a Black Friday form here. So let's go ahead and create that and then come back here so we can select it. So I'll go to Fluent Forms and All Forms. And let's add a new form. I'm going to go blank form. And then I'm going to add a name field. And we just want to have this as the first name, so no last name. And then let's add a email field, which should be this one here. So 2 fields. And then let's change the button to say, subscribe to our Black Friday pre-sale. And I'll click Save Form. And then let's just give this a name. So we'll call this Black Friday pre-sale discount registration. And we'll go rename. And then down here, we'll go Save Form. So with that done, if we go back to FunnelKit automations and we go down to forms and then click back into the form that we created before, now we can select Fluent Forms, and down here, we can select our Black Friday form. So we'll click on that and then I'll go next. And now we need to map it. So over on the left are the form fields from Fluent Forms. And then on the right are the contact fields for the CRM inside of FunnelKit automations. So if I right click and just open this in a new tab. So remember, FunnelKit automations is your entire CRM. So you can go ahead and you can go to fields, and these are all the different fields that can be added to a contact. And you can go ahead and create your own custom contact fields. So you could go a new field group up here or a new field. So I'll go add new field, and we could do something like birthday like that. And you could select the type down here. So it could be a date, and then the group, whatever group you want to do, and go add. And then that field, if we complete this, so I'll just go general and go add. Now we have a birthday field added to the contact. So if we went back to here and then we clicked into our contact, you can see under profile, this tab here are all of our contact fields. And we now have our date of birth field that we just added. So we could click here and update manually, but you're probably just wanting to have a form on your front end and then map that using what we're actually currently doing now. Map the form field, the date field, to this field here. So back here, form fields on the left, CRM fields on the right. First name field, we'll click here and go first name. And then email, we click and go email. And then down here, we can tag the contact. So I could just say Black Friday pre-sale registration. And then we could add them to a list if we wanted to. For now, I just like to keep all my contacts nice and simple in one email list. And then I use tags to segment them out. So we'll just leave them like that in the one list, and then update existing contacts, we will say yes, and trigger automations, we will say yes, and then we'll go next. And then under here it says lead notification, and it says enable email notification for double opt-in, it just says right there. So we could go yes, turn that on. So it's going to be from me, from my email address, reply to my email address. The subject will be confirm you wish to get our Black Friday code when it goes live. And here we could do early bird code when it goes live. Hi there, thank you for signing up to get our secret discount code for our Black Friday sale. The products you want before we sell out. Confirm your subscription. And you can see this is what FunnelKit Automations refers to as a merge tag, being when this email is generated, it will dynamically create a unique value for this merge tag. So anything in the two curly braces, it changes at runtime. Same here, business name, it's obviously not going to send business name. It generates from the settings, it grabs my business's name and outputs it here in the footer of each email. So here, when somebody clicks this, it's going to go contact confirmation link. This is a merge tag that is part of the system of FunnelKit. Now, with all emails inside FunnelKit automations, you have the option of rich text, which is this. You have raw HTML, so you could design something in an email builder online and copy and paste it into here. Or you can use their visual builder, which is a drag and drop builder that I showed you earlier in today's video. And just as a side note, if you're using WooCommerce, I have this video here that I know a lot of people have found helpful. It was a year ago, so it doesn't really have that many views, but it's actually got a lot of good information, and it's about customizing your WooCommerce emails using FunnelKit automations. And I show you with more examples of how the drag and drop builder in FunnelKit works. So if you want to learn more about how you can go and build more complex emails using the drag and drop visual builder, definitely go and check out that video. I'll leave a link to that one in the description below. But for now, I'm going to just do this with rich text and we'll leave it like that. Now you can add UTMs automatically. So if you click there, you'll be able to track that in something like Google Analytics or whatever you're using. Now this isn't a newsletter and it's not an email. I generally won't track the transactional emails. I usually only do that for the newsletter campaigns, the broadcasts. Don't send email if contact is already subscribed. To be honest, I just send them anyway, because if somebody clicks or fills out our form and then lands on the thank you page that says, please check your email, and then they don't get an email because they're already subscribed, it's just a little bit jarring. I'd rather send them the email and they can click the link to think they're subscribing again, but because they're subscribed, nothing really happens. They just stay subscribed. So I do generally just like to do that and just turn it on. And then just under that, redirect after confirmation. So this is going to be the URL that people are redirected to once they click your double opt-in confirmation link in this email. So there's a couple of different ways you can go ahead and set that up. The one that I use, it requires a little bit more setup, but I think it is a very neat and tidy way to organize this stuff. But the fast and dirty method would just be to go to pages and add new. And just call this mailing list subscribed, and then say, thank you, you have successfully subscribed, like that, and go publish. And then if we just view this on the front end, we can just grab this URL, and then back here, go down, and then redirect after confirmation, paste that in there. And you could just use this URL for all the different double opt-ins that you run on your website, but I do like to have individual thank you pages for each of the campaigns that I'm running. I'm going to show you how to do that a little bit later on in today's video, but it's definitely worth sticking around to see how that is done. It's going to make managing your website so much more easier as it grows in complexity and you set up more of these opt-ins. Now here you could add a tag after they confirm. For me, I like to just tag the person based on the form they're filling out, and then I just let them be verified or unverified, but you do have that option there to only set the tag after they confirm that they're verified. I don't know if you'd want to do that. I'm pretty sure this will skip your double opt-in, and anyone that's completing this form will just automatically be subscribed in your mailing list. Instead of unverified and then having to click this and then becoming subscribed, they would just be subscribed by filling out the form. I think it's a bit risky because then you have the spammed email addresses and the fake email addresses inside your CRM being in subscribed status. I'm not quite sure why you would do that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you can see a use case for that. But with all that done, let's go activate. And we can have a look at how this is all set up, but this should be all ready to go. So let's go ahead and test this. And the first thing we need to do is add that Fluent form into our website. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go to the home page, and then we'll go edit with bricks. And then down here where this form is, so I've created this using Bricks Builder, we're gonna replace this with the Fluent form. So let's go back to here and we'll go to forms and all forms. And then Black Friday presale, we can just copy the shortcode like that. And then back here, I'm going to add a shortcode element there, and we'll paste in the shortcode there. And for the bricks form, I'm going to go ahead and delete that for now. Now, I'm just going to quickly give this a max width. So I'll just go layout and the max width. I'm just going to make this something like that. And I also updated the text above it to give the form a little bit of context. So it says, enter your details below to register for our Black Friday sale. This gives you early access to the sale and will give you a chance to buy what you want before we sell out. So let's save that. Back on the front end, I'll reload the page. And if we go down, you can see there it is there. So let's imagine we're having a customer. This is your website. You have a customer on your website. Let me show you how this would work now. So let's fill in this fluent form. So I'll go Grant and I'll put in my email address. So grantambrosedemos@gmail.com. And we'll go subscribe to our Black Friday pre-sale. So I go click. That says, thank you. We'll get in touch with you shortly. And then back here in our CRM and FunnelKit, if we reload, you can see we've been added here. And if we click into it, we're in unverified status. And then if we go to our inbox, it says here, confirm you wish to get our Black Friday sale. If we click in here, thank you, confirm your subscription. We'll click on this and it says subscribed. Thank you, you have successfully subscribed. Now, if we go back here and reload, you can see now we're in subscribed status. So now when we send our broadcasts, we will only send to those that are subscribed. And so now we're sending to the real verified people. Now, I know we went through quite a few different things there where I showed you how to set this up with Fluent Forms. So what I want to do is, without doing any talking, I'm just going to go ahead and just set that up again from 0 to 100. And again, I'm not going to explain what I'm doing, but I'm just going to show you how fast it is to actually go and do this when you're not trying to explain it to somebody watching the video. So I'm going to go ahead and go to contacts. I'm going to delete myself from here. So I'll delete. And then I'll go to forms. I'm going to delete the Black Friday form there. And then I'll go to Fluent Forms and I'll delete that from there as well. So with that done, I'm going to go ahead and just reset everything up and you can just watch how fast this actually is. Okay, and now we just need to test it. So let's go down. And we can see we're unverified. And then here, there it is there. Click here, confirm your subscription. We'll click. There we are. Thank you. You have subscribed. And then back here, we'll reload and this should say subscribed. So there it is there. And if we go down, we've also tagged us as Black Friday pre-sale registration. So when we want to send the broadcast to let these people know before the public this is going live, would go to broadcasts, and you can duplicate one as well. And you can also insert templates. So you could save templates that you can access from here, and then you could go add new, select a template that you like to use for your sales. So it's a very fast process. But for here, I'm going to go add new broadcast, Black Friday deal, and we'll just start from scratch. And then here I will go next. And I might actually say this pre-sale participants, and then we'll go next. And then, so it will by default just select everyone that is subscribed. You can go and apply an audience, which can be a predefined segment that you create in your CRM. So here under contacts, you can go under audiences, and then you can go add new audience, and you could create your filters here. So let's just say I want to select everyone that's subscribed in the last 30 days. So subscribed last 30 days, I could go down to here and I could create, what is it? Contact details. So contact created over 30 days. So we would want to go in the past 30 days and then add. And now I've created that. So then when I go back to a broadcast, which is here, I'll be able to select that. So apply audiences. There it is there. So you can go and do that and apply it there, or you can also just define them on the fly within a broadcast. So I'll go add new filter, and I want to do segments, and then it's the tag, and that would be our Black Friday pre-sale registration. So we've done 2 examples today, and I've doubled up there. So what was the one that we used in the last example? If I go back to all and then back into here, it is this one there. So I'll copy that. So it's and I'll put that in there. So it's this one. And then we'll go filter, and then it will show that we're going to email this to one person, which is me. Then we'll go next, and then down here, and then we could go Black Friday sale is live. And then we could write it here. We can use the visual builder. We could select a template. Again, if you're going through and creating a lot of these. Recently, I did one weekly update. Definitely need to keep myself accountable to do them on a more regular basis, but I saved that weekly update format as a template. So if I'm trying to do for my own business, Wage Pirate, a new weekly update, I can select that template. So go apply, and that will auto fill it in here. And then I can use that as a way to go out and start customizing it. Now that was a template created under rich text. You can also have templates that we created in the visual builder and so on. So let's just say, I'm just going to leave this like this. So let's just say Black Friday is live. We'll just change this. Black Friday sale is live. And then we'll go here and we'll add a heading. So I'll just copy that. And then I'll go Black Friday sale is live. And then go down. And I do recommend, again, adding UTMs here so you can track it in your analytics software. Here, before you send it out, you probably want to send a test. So I'll go send a test email, and I'll just send it to that account. So grantambrosedemos@gmail.com, and I'll go send. And you can also show a preview, and that'll show you what it's going to look like as well. And it's actually very accurate. It's surprisingly accurate. But with the test email sent, we'll go back in here, and you can see there it is there. And if we click into it, we can see this is what it's going to look like. So I could say, yeah, I'm happy with that. Back here in the broadcast, we'll go down and go next. And then we'll go down and just confirm everything. So we're sending this to everyone. So there's going to be 1 contact in total, and they have to have our Black Friday pre-sale tag. And we'll go down and we could schedule it, but I'm going to say send now. So here for that broadcast, you can see as an overview, we sent it to 1 contact. They haven't opened it or clicked. So I haven't gone ahead and done that. And you probably know that when you're going out and sending emails, if you write a really good email, people get busy. And so sometimes you want to take this broadcast here and just resend it to everyone that hasn't opened that email yet. So an easy way to do that is here inside of FunnelKit. When you're looking at the broadcast, you can go to the bottom, and under actions, you can send it to unopen. So if I click on this, it goes through the process again. So I'll go next, and it's going to send to me. So I'll go next. And then down here, it's the exact same broadcast. So I'll go next. And then down here, we'll go send now. So now we're waiting for it to send. It's just been sent. And if we go back here, you can see there's those 2 emails. So if I open it up, this is the one that we just sent. And this is that first one that we didn't open. So coming back here, if I reload, you can see now we've opened it up. And under analytics, we can see that. Go down, see some stats, and then we can go to engagements. and I can see that for each contact, so each contact would be listed on a new row down here. You can see they sent it, they opened it, and who clicked and who didn't. So with all of that done, coming back to forms and then clicking add new form, and I'll just give this the name test and we'll go add. We've just covered how to go and set up one of these native integrations for FunnelKit, which is Fluent Forms. The way that you go and do all these other ones listed here is exactly the same process. So if you're using Elementor or Gravity Forms, go create your form inside those plugins or page builders, come back here, click on it. I'm not using it right now. Go next. And it's exactly what I showed you. You'll just have a list of fields to map to, and it will just work out of the box with these same settings that you've seen today. Now, before I jump in and show you how to go and do all of this using a non-native integration where we need to use webhooks, so things like Opt-in Monster, ConvertBox, and Bricks Builder, I first want to touch on this last option here, which is FunnelKit Opt-in. Because even though it's a native integration, you can do some really cool things with this option over here. So what I want to show you is how this works on my actual website. So if we go here under where we have this CRM, FunnelKit Automations, which is down here, we also have this other option, FunnelKit. So if here we have Funnels, Store Checkout, and then under FunnelKit Automations, we have Contacts, Automations, Broadcasts, Forms, Link Triggers, Analytics, and so on. So they're two different things by the same company that work together to pretty much supercharge your business. That's the best way that I can explain it. So the way that you can think about this is FunnelKit handles things to do with your front end, and FunnelKit Automations handles things to do with your back end, so your back end systems. So front end being your upsells and downsells, your sales funnels, your opt-in pages, which we're about to look at, and then you send all the data from here into FunnelKit Automations, which is your main powerhouse that stores all your contact details. It stores what they've purchased from your website inside of WooCommerce. It stores what pages they've visited. It stores every email they've sent. It can send them automated emails and stuff like that. And because one of these handles the front end and the other handles the back end, they work so well together, again, because they're built by the same company. That's why when you go to the FunnelKit website and you go under products, here on the left-hand side, you have the FunnelKit builder. So everything under here is FunnelKit, so this menu item, and then everything under that, the automation side and the CRM, that's everything in the right-hand columns. That's why they're broken out into two columns here. Now, if you go to pricing and go down a little bit, there's 4 plans here, and you can see for these last 2 plans, it lists automations. So on these first 2 plans over here, that's for FunnelKit, which is your funnel builder and your upsells and downsells. But if you want the funnel builder plus the automations and the CRM, then you're looking at these 2 over here. I would recommend starting with this one, and I would definitely recommend if you're considering just getting the funnel builder, I would definitely just pay the extra $50, is it? $70 and getting the automations and trialing it out, because it really is a game changer, especially with what I've shown you today to set up the double opt-ins. You do need the automations. Now on the website, you can buy just the automation side, but I really think the upsells and downsells and opt-in pages are so worth it, especially for the price difference. So with that said, let me show you how you can use both of these together. So what I'm about to show you would require this plan or this plan over here. And just as a reminder, this is all in relation to this last native form integration here, FunnelKit Opt-in. So here under FunnelKit, let's go to funnels. And these are the funnels that I have in my website. Now, the one that is live on my website currently is this 21 days email course. So if we click into this funnel, you can see that it has 3 steps in this funnel. So it has an opt-in page, and then an opt-in confirmation page, and then another opt-in confirmation page here. So I'll show you what these look like. I'm going to open up all 3 steps and we'll go through them. So the first thing to notice is there's no header on this opt-in page. So for my opt-in pages, you might be wondering, okay, what is an opt-in page? When would I use that in my business? In my YouTube videos, so say I'm here and I click into Bricks Forms and we go down a little bit and look in the description, you can see here, get my 21 days how to make the perfect email course. And you can see the URL is my domain name /OP for opt-in page, and then /email course. If we click on this, So you can see we land on the opt-in page. And if we have a look at the URL, it's my domain /OP for opt-in page /email course. Now there's no header on my opt-in pages because I'm driving traffic to my opt-in pages and I don't want them to get distracted and click around to different pages and read blog posts. I literally want to take them from my YouTube video description to this page here and then explain what they can get by putting in their email address here. They put in their email address here. I run them through a double opt-in process and then they get subscribed to my mailing list inside of FunnelKit automations. So that's when you'd go out and use an opt-in page. When you don't want to distract people, you want to send them to one page to do one specific thing. The alternative would be, see here, create and manage your WordPress website, get my 21 days email course. This here, if I go to my homepage, you can see that it's exactly the same section that I've created in Bricks Builder for exactly the same call to action, the same lead magnet. But if I was to send them to my homepage, they could click the description, YouTube video description link, land on my homepage, and then they might not even scroll down to look at this because they have the option of clicking through my menu. But I really want to get the email address and add them to my mailing list and give them the lead magnet. And so instead of sending them to my homepage with all this stuff going on, it just makes a lot more sense to send them directly to an opt-in page. So that's why you want to go out and use an opt-in page versus a normal page on your website. And so that's why I've gone ahead and in FunnelKit created this opt-in funnel. So again, it has 3 steps. And the first step is this step here. So they put in their name, an email address, and then they click this button here. Now I've set up this form that on success, it goes from this step here to this step here. So if I was to put in my details here, grantambrosedemos@gmail.com, and then submit this form, I then redirect them from this step in the funnel to the second step, which says, please check your inbox. And then behind the scenes, I've sent them an email for the double opt-in confirmation. Then the user goes to their inbox, and when they click the link to confirm their subscription, I take them to the third step in this funnel, which says, you're on the wait list for the email course. And I give them a bit more details about it, and I direct them to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So now that we've gone through how that works, I want to explain why this is beneficial to use as a system for setting up your opt-in pages and your lead magnets. If we go back to FunnelKit and funnels, you can see that I have multiple ones here. And then inside each of these funnels, we have multiple steps. So the first benefit and the biggest benefit, and I promise you, as my websites have grown in complexity and stuff like that, the way that FunnelKit allows you to organize complex funnels and opt-in funnels like this, instead of doing something like creating pages for all your different funnels and stuff like that, having everything organized neat and tidy in their own funnel as their own funnel steps, it makes your life a whole lot easier to understand what's going on with your website, especially when you come back and try and change things in a couple of months. It is very easy to go and set up, and it's also very easy to manage as your website grows in complexity. Now, another benefit of using FunnelKit for your opt-in pages and doing opt-in funnels like this is that you have the ability to go and use the FunnelKit opt-in forms. So if I click into this opt-in page here and I go edit template and then say I'm editing this with bricks because this is what I've designed it in. Now let's go down and you can see that the form here, if I click on this, so this form for this opt-in page is actually a bricks builder form. And a website is so complex and organic, and sometimes you just got to use things in a particular way to achieve a certain outcome because it's going to be easier for that particular instance. And this is just one of those exceptions. But generally, I won't go and use a bricks builder form here. Just on the day, it was the fastest thing to set up. But what I generally do for these opt-in pages is I use the built-in opt-in forms that the FunnelKit plugin gives us. So I've just deleted that form there, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now our opt-in page has no form added to it. So now back here, if I go to FunnelKit and funnels and back into our funnel, and then I click back into our opt-in page here, and remember this is an opt-in step. So the type of step does matter. And the way that you define the type of step is when you go add new step, you can go checkout page, sales page, thank you page, opt-in page, confirmation. So in this case, I just went opt-in pages, and then I said, you can choose your page builder or start from scratch. So here I did that, and that created opt-in. Now, when you specify that you want a step to be the opt-in type, when you click into that, FunnelKit knows that you want to make this the page that collects an email address and has a form. So down here, you get form shortcodes. So you can apply this and open up the form using a pop-up. But for this case, I'm going to put it inline. So I'm just going to use this shortcode here. So I'll go copy, and then I'll go back into that template. So back here where we're editing in bricks, I'm going to add a shortcode element here, and I'll just drag it up a little bit, and then I'll paste in that shortcode there. So now when I save this and we preview that on the front end and go down a little bit, we now have a form there. And you can style this form. So coming back into the actual funnel step, we can go to the form tab. And then here you can add fields. So you could create a custom form field here. For now, I'm just going to leave this first name, email, and then we will go to customize. And we're going to keep it as inline. And then for the fields, we can change the border color. I might make the font a little bit larger. And the font size, I might make 16. I like larger fonts. We might even make that large so it stands out. And then down here for the button, we could say subscribe. And then we could change the color, and we could change it to our brand color like that. So I've just gone ahead and updated the colors there. Now, the last thing is I'm going to make this a full width button. So now it's going across, and then let's save changes. So now coming back here, when I reload this, and go down, there's our form. And I might come back here and just give it a max width. So I'll go layout and then max width. And I'm just going to make this something like that. If you're wondering what this is, I'm just using a plugin called Oxyprops or Bricks Props. And it just adds some extra functionality to the Bricks page builder. But you could just come in here and write something like 600 pixels, whatever you want to do. But I'm just doing this here just to give you an idea of how it works. So I'll go ahead and save that. Now that's saved. If we go back and reload, you can see here that is there. Now, what I really like about using this built-in opt-in form that FunnelKit provides us is that it already knows what to do after we submit this form. It knows to go to the next step in our funnel. It's all automated. So for example, if I go back to our funnel, so I just go back to funnels and then into our email course, when I complete the form that we just added on this step, it automatically knows to go to this step. So for example, if I go back here and I just put in some details here, so grantambrosedemos@gmail.com, and we go subscribe, it says, please check your inbox. And this here, if we go back to our funnel and just open up this second step, it's that exact same page. So it really does take a lot of the guesswork out of it, like hard coding URLs that you want to redirect to in your form plugins and stuff like that. It can get a little bit fiddly, and especially as your website grows, I mean, if something's broken, how long is it going to take you to find that you're redirecting to another confirmation page in another funnel because you cloned the funnel and then like didn't update it? So this is just a very easy way to go and do your opt-in funnels. So we have that working. So again, it automatically knows what step to go to in the funnel. But now we need to go and connect the opt-in form from here to FunnelKit, the CRM. So let's go to FunnelKit automations, and then we'll go to forms. And I'm going to delete our test because that was just a test. And we'll go add new form. And let's just call this 21 days email course. And this is a FunnelKit opt-in form. And we'll go add. So here we'll select FunnelKit opt-in. And then here we need to select our form. And we need to find that form. And it's this one here, opt-in page, email course, 21 days. And so this title here, opt-in page, email course, 21 days. If I go back to our funnels and I click into this, it's just this here, opt-in page, email course. And then in brackets, 21 days email course. Opt-in page, email course, and then in brackets, the name of the funnel. So we'll go next. Now we just need to map the form field, so first name and email, to the CRM and contact field. So here we'll go first name, and then here we'll go email. We could add a tag, so I'll go registered for email course, and we'll add that as a new tag. And then we'll go update existing contacts and that. And you could add them to a specific email list. But again, like I said, I like to add people to the one mailing list and then tag them to segment them out. So I'll go next. And because this is going to be a double opt-in, we'll go enable email confirmation for the double opt-in. And then down here, we'll go confirm your registration. And then in here, let's try do this in the visual builder just quickly. And you can see it's automatically pre-filled for us here. So hi, first name. Thank you for signing up. Please click the link to confirm your subscription to the 21-day. So I just said here, thank you for signing up. Click the link below to confirm your subscription to the 21-day email course. The course is not yet live, but by clicking the button below, you are agreeing to be notified via email once it is ready for you to view. And if we click on this button here, we can see under action, it says the action type is to open up a website. So we're going to redirect them back to our website, and the URL is going to be the contact confirmation link. But what this is going to do is when it goes and sends the email to the user, it will just generate a unique URL for them. And when they click it, it knows that user just clicked that link, and then it subscribes them to our mailing list. But to actually specify what URL the user should go back to, I'll show you how that works in just a second. So let's go ahead and click save, and then we'll exit out of this. And now that's done. And then down here, redirect after confirmation. This is where we specify what URL the user should go to. I'll go back to my funnel and then get this third step, get the URL from there, and then I will paste it in there and I'll go save. So with that done, it should all be working. So back here, let's open up our first step in our funnel. So here it is. This is again what you'd send people to from your YouTube comments. Grant an email address like that, subscribe. FunnelKit automatically knows what step to send it to, which is the next step in the funnel. Cool. Please check your inbox. Back here, we just got the email. So here's the email. If we go back to contacts and reload and click into me, you can see we're unverified. But now if I click this button, we went to that third step in the funnel where we hard coded that URL. It says you're on the wait list. And then we give them another call to action. And then back here, if I reload, that changes from unverified to subscribed. And now when we send emails, they will receive all our broadcast emails. And going down, we can also see that the tag registered for emailed course has been applied. So then in the future, when we want to send a broadcast to everyone here to let them know that the email course is live, we go to broadcasts, select all the contacts with the tag registered for email course, and send them the notification to let them know they can access the course. So just to summarize what we've done so far, when we go to FunnelKit automations and then forms, and you create a new form like this, these native integrations, these ones here are WordPress plugins that you may or may not be using, and you know how to go and set them up now. If you are going and building just opt-in pages and lead magnets and you want to send people specifically to a page where you collect their email address, I would highly recommend using the FunnelKit opt-in form because it just works out of the box, and you've seen how to do that in today's video. And you've also seen the benefits of being able to go here under FunnelKit and funnels and have all your different steps for all these different funnels organized neat and tidy in here. If I click into any of these, like my general subscribe, there's multiple steps in there. If I go up and I go start your store, you can see there's multiple steps in there as well. It just makes this stuff so much easier to manage long term. So coming back to FunnelKit, the CRM, and going to forms, if we go add test again and go add, we've just covered all of these here, which are WordPress plugins, native form integrations, and then the FunnelKit opt-in integration that you have there, which all of these, the easiest way to remember it is anything listed here under FunnelKit automations and forms, any of these, on the next step, you get a list of form fields and a list of CRM fields, and you're just mapping them to each other. If it's not listed here, then you need to do it in a non-native way. Now, it is, I guess, a little bit more work, but it really isn't that annoying. I mean, I have Bricks Builder forms all across my website now doing what I'm about to show you. So let me show you how you would go and set this up for a non-native form integration. So if we go back here under automations and I go add new automation and we start from scratch and I call this test, and it's going to be for non-native form integrations. Okay, and this is going to be stuff like ConvertBox, Bricks forms, etc. Things that weren't listed on that other page. So we'll go create, and now we're here. So if we go select trigger and we go under CRM, you can see for ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, HubSpot, Mautic, I think it's pronounced, Entreport, you need to trigger these with a webhook. And what this means is when somebody submits your form from something like ActiveCampaign, like let's just say you have an ActiveCampaign form on your website and somebody submits that form, you need to send that data from that form using a webhook. And that data will be sent to a webhook inside here, inside of FunnelKit automations, and that will trigger your automation to do things. And then throughout that process of doing things, you create a contact, you map the fields, and so on. I'm going to show you how to do this, but it's basically the gist. And the same goes for things like Bricks Builder and their forms. So all of these non-native form integrations need to start with a webhook received event. So if we go to automations and under here, automation, webhook received, we click on this and we go done. And if we click on this, we now have a URL. So this is the URL that we need to post our form data to. Now, to best demonstrate this, I'm going to log into my ConvertBox account and I'm going to show you how we can go and send ConvertBox opt-in forms and their data into FunnelKit, and you would do the exact same process to whatever form plugin you're using or whichever pop-up plugin you're using. So if I go and log in here, and by the way, if you guys haven't checked out ConvertBox, I am going to leave a link in the description below. And then I'm just going to click into one of these. So I'll click into this. And then for this form, if I click on it, and then we go form settings, and then under integrations, you can see I previously had this set up, but we'll just delete that and we'll recreate it. So we'll go add integration, and then here from this dropdown, we will select webhooks, and then we need to get the webhook URL. Now, if you're wondering, okay, is this thing here that we're doing here, is this process only related to ConvertBox? No. Webhooks is like a universal way that applications on the internet send data to each other. So the chances are if your form plugin or software or pop-up software isn't listed as a native form integration in FunnelKit, the chances are you have the ability to send your form data via a webhook, and you would just do exactly what I'm about to show you. Your interface is going to look different, but the same thing will apply. You basically go to your software you're using, there'll be somewhere to add a webhook URL that you post your form data to, and you get that from here inside of FunnelKit. So webhook received, click, copy this. So I'm going to copy and then paste that in there. And here we can go send test. And now it says that it has sent successfully. And back in here, if we go receive webhook, we can now see that test data come through. So test webhook at convertbox.com, test campaign, test URL, etc., etc. So we're going to map the CRM's email field to this email field that was posted with the form webhook data. And we'll run this multiple times because we want our user to be able to, subscribe, unsubscribe, and then resubscribe in the future. So we're going to run multiple times and we'll go save. So now that we have our data coming to this webhook and triggering this automation, we now need to go and add a couple of actions. So we'll go add, and I'll go add action. And then here we're going to go to automations, and everything here under automations is related to FunnelKit automations. So you also have WordPress. You could create a user, update user meta, user roles, a custom callback function. WooCommerce, you could create a coupon, delete a coupon. CRMs, you can create a contact, update their fields, add tags, remove tags, and so on. You can send data somewhere else. You can add them to a membership level inside a wishlist member. And also LearnDash, you can add them to a course, remove them, and so on. So back here, let's go to automations, and we're going to update fields and go done. And here I'm firstly going to say, do not update custom fields when past value is blank, because some of your fields in your form might not be required, and you don't just want to set them to blank because they weren't required and a user filled them out the first time and then not the second time. You want as much data about people as possible. So I'll just say, do not do that. And let's go add. And this is where we start mapping our form fields. So this here is the equivalent of what we were doing before under FunnelKit automations and forms. And then inside a form, selecting a form, choosing the form, going to the next step, mapping. This here where we're mapping form fields to the CRM contact fields, this is that equivalent. So the first name, we'll click up to here. And then from the webhook data, we click here to access the data in the webhook, and then we can select what came across. So first name, and we go copy, and now that's added in there. So from the webhook data, the field first name will be mapped to the CRM's field first name. So let's just leave that for now, and we'll go save. But if we go back to the webhook received, now this will differ between what software you're using. ConvertBox sends this data, so we can get the page that they actually completed the opt-in on. Maybe that's useful for you, the name of the pop-up and so on. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like that. So this first step creates a contact using that email address, and then we add another action where we update the person's name the first name and map it to the first name filled in the CRM. So now we have a contact being created with the first name. Now with that done, we need to send them an email to trigger the double opt-in. So let's go add here and we're going to add an action, and the action is going to be to send an email, and we'll go done. And then this is going to go to the contact's email, and the subject will be, please confirm you want to receive the 21 days email course. So I've just said, please click the link below to confirm you wish to receive the 21 days email course when it goes live. Click here to be notified. So now we need to make it so that when somebody clicks this link, we subscribe them and then redirect them to a page that says, thank you, you're subscribed. You'll be notified when we go live. Now to do that, we're going to use what are called link triggers. So what a link trigger is, it's where you go and create a custom link that redirects somewhere, and also when it's clicked, it can do actions, trigger actions like tag a contact who clicked that link, or subscribe into a mailing list, or in this case, set their status from unverified to subscribed. So we need to go and create our link trigger. So let's save this and we'll come back to it. So I'm going to save and close. And then let's go back to automations and we're going to go down to link triggers. And then here, let's go add a new link trigger. And then here, I'm going to say double opt-in 21 days email course, and we'll go add. And then for this link trigger, we need to specify where we want this user to go once they click this. So if we go back to FunnelKit and funnels, 21 days email course, if we click into that, back in here, we want to send them to this third step in the funnel. Now, we need to keep in mind that we can get analytics for funnels. This is one of the reasons that I really like to use FunnelKit, is for each step of the funnel, you can see the conversion rate. And if it's a WooCommerce sales funnel, you can see the conversion rate, average order value, and how much each step is making. And that's under the analytics tab here. So if we go there, we can see 10 visits, 3 contacts have opted in. And if we go down, we can see that how that works. So this isn't a WooCommerce funnel, so there's no revenue, but we can see the conversion rate for the opt-in page is 3 out of 9 views, so 33%, and then 80% saw the second step and then the third step. Obviously this data doesn't make sense because this is just me testing this test funnel here, but this is why we need to keep in mind if we go back to steps, we have our opt-in page where in this case, if I open this up, because I like to think about this being a real business when I try and explain these things. This is an opt-in page that has our WooFunnels opt-in form that we added previously in today's video. And so we're sending from our YouTube video comments directly to this opt-in page where people fill in this WooFunnels opt-in form. And then they get taken automatically to the second step in the funnel. And then because this is a WooFunnels opt-in form, that is created here under forms, and then we send the double opt-in and so on. So we really want to track the analytics from someone going from our YouTube comments and then completing this WooFunnels opt-in form, then going to this step, and then sort of going to this step. I don't think it really matters. So what we could do is if we don't want to mess up that data there, what we could do is just clone this third step down here. So duplicate. And then here, if we click into this, we could go edit. And this would be you're on the wait list. And then in brackets, we could write convert box. And then down here, we could write convert box and we could go update. So now if we preview this fourth funnel step, it does say convert box there, but it probably won't in your case. It's just how I set up my website here. But now we have a separate step in our funnel that is related to our email course that we can send people to without messing up our analytics for our actual opt-in first step in the funnel. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, but it's really important to understand how the analytics is affected in your funnels. So now we can keep all this nice and tight and just relate these analytics to the first FunnelKit opt-in form there. And then this one down here, we're really only using as a page to be able to link to from our automations. So let's open this up. So we'll copy that from there. And then back in our link trigger, that's the URL that we're going to send people to. So I'll set that there. Now, when somebody clicks this, the action is we're going to subscribe the contacts. And we can enable this to run multiple times. So a user can subscribe and unsubscribe, but then subscribe again by clicking the same link. And we'll go ahead and save this. So now we've created a link trigger. And a link trigger, again, as you can see, it's basically creating a link that has actions attached to it and goes to a URL. So now let's go back to our automations and then back into our ConvertBox one. So we send the ConvertBox form data there, which creates the contact. Then we add the first name to the contact. And then down here for our email, our double opt-in email, now we just need to link this to our link trigger. So we'll go link triggers, and there it is, double opt-in. So we'll go copy. And then with this highlighted, we click on our link icon, and then we paste the link trigger in there and press enter. And now when they click that, the link trigger fires and the associated actions fire as well. So let's go ahead and save that, and we'll exit out of that. And then the last thing we need to do is just end the automation. So we'll go exit. So with that done, let's go ahead and activate this automation. So now it can start receiving our data and doing these actions. So behind the scenes, I'm going to go ahead now and just add the tracking code from the ConvertBox software into my website so that the pop-ups start showing, because again, it's not currently active in my website. And then we'll go through and submit the ConvertBox pop-up and get the data into here and see how this all works. But again, I really want to stress that whatever we're about to do here, it's not just in relation to ConvertBox. This will be the same process for the other non-native integrations like Opt-in Monster, those pop-up forms, like ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, and so on. They will all behave in the same way that I'm about to show you. So here I am, and it is an exit intent pop-up. So when we try and exit the page, it's going to show. So I'll put in my name and then the email address. And then we'll submit this form. But I just want to point out that I have gone and deleted this contact, so they do not currently exist in the CRM. So we'll go submit tips. We'll submit the form. Now behind the scenes, ConvertBox has sent the data from that form via webhook to this URL, and that should have triggered this automation. So if we refresh this, we can see that our data has in fact come through. That was the last event that got processed. And if I reload the page here, we can see that one contact has gone through. So they're being created with this step with their email address. We've mapped their first name to the CRM. Then we sent them the double opt-in email, and then they exited the automation. So back here under contacts, if I reload this, you can see there we are. And if I click into it, we're unverified. So now let's head on over to our inbox. So in the inbox, that's come through. So if I click into that, we can see there's our email, and this is our link trigger. So now if I go ahead and click this link trigger, it confirms we're on the wait list, and it took us to that one that had ConvertBox at the end. And then if we come back here and reload the page, we are now subscribed. So that's how you'd go and set up a double opt-in confirmation for a non-native form integration for FunnelKit. That was a long sentence. Now we've made it this far, so I feel like it would be a disservice to not go through some of the cool things that have been added to the UI here in FunnelKit, and then we'll look to wrap it up. So the first thing is, when we're going through here, if you ever want to see where a specific email address or a contact reached in an automation, you can click View Contact Journey, and then you can search by their name. So if I search for Grant, so let's just say there I am there. So you can start to see what Grant did for each action inside your automation and on what date they took that action. So really useful stuff, especially as you start to grow. Now, the next thing that I want to quickly clarify is I didn't mention that when your webhook is received here, the contact does go into unverified status. And that's why when we set up the link trigger, we set it to subscribe them. So you don't really need to worry about setting them to unsubscribed and then subscribe them when they click the link trigger. It just happens default. That's a native integration and how it works. Now, the last but important thing here that I want to mention here in this video is that I know a lot of people here on my channel subscribed, maybe watching this video, use Bricks Builder. And so it wouldn't make sense not to cover how you'd go and set this up using Bricks Builder forms. And so I'm going to run you through quickly how you would do that. On my website, if you go and search, or you can just go down because it is one of my most recent ones, we can go down and look for Bricks form data to FunnelKit automations. So if we click into that, it's an entire blog post that goes down and shows you how you can go and do that. But the main difference between a Bricks Builder form and what we looked at today with the native forms, and then the WooFunnels opt-in form, and then lastly the ConvertBox form, the difference with Bricks Builder is you need to go and add a little bit of PHP that triggers getting the form data and then sending the form data to the URL, the webhook URL. So that's what that code is doing there. The good thing about all of this is you can just copy this code here. So you just copy that, paste it wherever you add your custom PHP snippets, and all you need to do is change the form ID here. So for example, here's a form I created in Bricks Builder. and you can see it has this ID here, AAJRHQ. So that's the ID for this form. And so I just added it in here. And then the next thing you need to do is just paste the URL to your webhook event that you get from FunnelKit. So to show you how you would do that with today's example, back here, click on this, you'll just get everything after here. So you'd copy that and then you would paste that into there. So paste over that and then it should just work. So when somebody completes your bricks form, you can just go back into here and you've added that PHP code. Go and test your form, come back into here, click refresh, and you should see the data from your bricks form shown here. And then you do the exact same process. Map the fields from your bricks form to the CRM fields, send the email with the link trigger in there to do the double opt-in. So we've covered a lot today, and I do actually really enjoy making these really thorough, in-depth videos that are a little bit longer. I mean, I've been filming now for 2.5 hours, but I just really only want to do these videos if they're going to help you. So if you found today's video useful, definitely let me know in the comments below. Let me know that you do enjoy these longer videos. When I was going out and trying to structure today's video, I was thinking of releasing all the different points that we covered in like 5 or 6 different videos, but I decided to make one longer one with chapter markers. So let me know what you think about doing the one long video versus the smaller ones. And also, the best way to support me sitting down for 2.5 hours filming this and then editing it over the next 2 hours as well, the best way to support the channel is to just go and check out the software that I cover. All the software that I cover on my channel is software that I'm using in my businesses. As you can see today, I know FunnelKit and their system, their funnel builder, the CRM builder, how pop-ups and opt-ins and their FunnelKit, the automations and all that stuff works because I use it every day in my own business, and it really is the best solution that is available on the market. And best of all, it all runs inside of WordPress, which means that you don't have to send data anywhere. You don't need to go and do complex things. You can do it all in WordPress very easily. And you save a lot of money. I mean, if I was paying $80 a month like I was before with 2,000 contacts, if that was to grow, I'd be paying even more than $80 US a month. Here, I'm paying one fixed cost per year. And again, I do recommend getting this plan here, which will give you the funnel builder and the automations. And it's $249 for the first year, so you can see if you like that and try it out. But I'm going to wrap up this video here. There's 2 videos on your screen. This is my most recent video, and this is the one that YouTube has picked based on your viewing habits and the algorithm. So pick one of these, and I'll see you guys in one of my next videos. And don't forget to check out the links below. See ya.